back. I'm MattyG here at New Atlantis from MattyG Ship Emporium, which is just over yonder. But we're here today to talk about the SS Huntress. Or was it the Hunter? No, this is the SS Hunter. Yeah, we have two of these available at the moment. We are unable to get all these parts on back order, so there is only two. They're unique. They're the SS Hunter and the SS Huntress. The difference being the Hunter's in this grey colour and the Huntress is in an off-white colour, which looks pretty nice as well. Although due to the storm that we had yesterday, the dust storm, I chose to bring the grey one because the Huntress looks rather dirty at the moment. She's a big, powerful ship that will get you where you need to go with a sensibly sized crew. So let's take a look at it, shall we? I think what we'll do is we'll start with one big feature, and that's a part that we've been able to retrofit from a different ship that we've had come into our yard quite recently. It was in a very bad way, and that was a Nautilus replica. So we do have this great big plasma style cannon. It's like a sniper rifle really for a ship. It's extremely powerful and takes a lot of power. Hence why there is quite some power requirements that we've had to do in order to channel that power all the way through the ship. Speaking of it, while we're on top, we've got access points for these girders here, holding everything in place. And that's mostly because of the weight you have underneath here. You haven't needed to do the same on this one. However, on the Huntress, because of the particular panels that we had to use on the side, that one has quite a few of these girders in place. Coming across the back, we do have these slightly raised wings. They don't go out very far, but they do mount the little lasers, which you've seen on many of our ships, and that's because we have an absolute backlog of them. But they are pretty darn tasty. These pulse lasers do quite a bit of damage when you've got enough of them on the ship. And when you haven't got enough on the ship, they're great for blasting the rocks and the asteroids out of your way. Right, we're going to move down now through the wings. And you'll see a few more weapons as we go, like another set of lasers down on the lower wings. And then this is quite nice and tasty. You have 3 on each wing, making a total of 6 of these particular beam cannons, which is quite nice, and they're very strong and powerful. We've got a front breaker engine just here, and that bleeds in quite well to our last little laser just under the wing on each side. So the sides are mirrored, as you can tell. This here does look like it does something. It doesn't really. It channels solar energy back into the ship to charge batteries. Right. Let's we'll look at the back of the ship when we come back out. Let's get inside. So this is your landing bay. Before I do go through the door, just a heads up, this ship is currently on sale for 479,000 credits. That's 479,000 credits. At the end of the weekend, when we go back to work on Monday, as always, this one will be around about 500,000 credits, making it one of very few extremely expensive ships we currently have available.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Right, we've got someone in here doing some work, so we have to bear that in mind. So as soon as you step off, or in, shall we say, to the ship, you're greeted by this very lovely long area here, where you've got all your working capabilities that you possibly need. There are plenty of security doors as you go through.
Can I help?
You've got your workbenches. You've got your spare parts, you've got storage room for storage of every items, you've got a decon chamber as you come towards the back, so if you're on any sort of away missions or new planetary bits, you've got decon, so you can decon basically. Opposite that you do have a toilet.
I'm listening.
And if you come back and you need the loot, it's there. And then out towards the back is where you can get all your stuff ready when you're about to leave the ship. Get your suits on, you've got your winches to help you get your suits on. You've got rooms to put packs on, and hook your packs on there. And there are storage, so you can store your handheld items in there that you will need, or that you want to place in there when you get out of your suits to go into decon. So
Hey.
we'll move forward in a moment, but first we're going to head to the back of the ship. where we or the front of the ship where we entered, and we're just actually sorry. Yeah, so last at the back of the ship, the very far back, we have a brig. Any insubordination that you need, there is a brig. So you can hold 2 people in this brig. It only opens from the outside. There's no trigger to open it from the inside. So if you get locked up in the brig, you're in there until the captain lets you out. There we go. I might as well close that up. Behind us, apparently I'm going to close myself in here. Right, let's close that up behind us and we'll move forward. There we go. All the way to the front here where we do have our beneath docker. That's a hard sill if you're docking with a ship or a space station. That's your hard docker that you need for operation. Right, we're going to go to this door first. And this is a unique area, so this is where you're going to find lots of weapon parts to make, store your ammunition and whatnot. There we got shutters. There you go, releasing with all these boxes, all these ammo crates, all these boxes. There you go. Beautiful foam lined, all ready to use. This all comes as standard. And they're all sectioned off, so you can start in your first bit with more standard sort of style rifling, if you wish. You've got lockers as well, so you can put your clothing, specialised clothing in there for certain types of things. This one you can work on your weapons here, and you can have more specialised weaponry. Under this shutter, you've got the exact same thing, but you can work on other bits like your packs, etc., etc. And again, you can store lots of weapons, ammos, grenades, and so on and so forth. And then in your last little compartment here, which I think is quite neat, you've got a small storage area for your general storage. And then the Pierre Resistance. This is where you would keep all your high explosives and ammo that is expensive, all that sort of stuff you'd keep in this far compartment here. So you've got display cases for all your fancy helmets. This is where you'd want to keep everything that you do not want everyone else to get. You could also almost call it your captain's armoury. So yeah, that's a nice little area. Moving on to the other side, we do have a couple of things to show you. So we do have the onboard gym area, which is just here in the stairwell. But if we turn left through this door, which should always be guarded and maintained, locked in, you've got your main engineering bay with your used helium dispenser. So when your helium gets used up, you just dispense it there and take it out. Put your new one in at the bottom. Bob's your uncle, job done. You've got your main engineering controls. You've got 2 workstations, so this is designed for 2 engineers to run simultaneously, each one controlling their own station, and if needed you have your self-destruct. So you've got one, you'll have to insert their key here, twist and lock in here, and then you've got your second one there. So it would require both your engineers to do so, but there is an override for the captain. He would have to input it manually in any one of the consoles and then use his key on both separately. And then finally you have your encased warp core, which you can control with a simple click of the button. Now you gain access to the radio sensitive warp core, although be wary of the radiation levels. It will beep at you if you need it to. It will beep at you when it's at danger levels, but that's what this door's for. This is radio proof, alright? So that's not too bad. Radioactive proof. Radio proof is just simple and easy to say. And make sure that door stays locked. Do your best bet. And then we'll move up to the second level, which is where we're going to find everything else, including the bridge. So when you get to the top of the second level, you will notice that there is no doors around at all. Just one simple hatchway, and that comes through into your main part of your ship, which is very nicely detailed, so the crew can't get miserable and unhappy. You've got aquariums, they are currently empty on either side. Fresh coral have been put in, obviously. so you can find your own little life forms if you like. Right, the first room we're going to come to on our right hand side is the captain's quarters. Now this has been just finished being furnished. Okay, so this is off of an old Nova Galactic. So what we've got here is your bog standard toilet, or your bog standard bog. Nice little pun there. You've got your couch area. You've got your little display items here. You can keep all your books and whatnot in. Again, you can trash all of that if you want. Replace it. It's entirely up to you. For 279,000 credits, it's yours to do with. You do get a nice selection of alcohols as well. There's over 1,500 credits worth of booze on board. So you know, we don't supply anything willy-nilly. The captain has their own, that's the captain's galley, just here, so they can cook themselves. You've got your washer and dryer unit, captain's double bed. They've got a little office area that they can sit down and do their work on. You've got an onboard navigational terminal in here as well. So yeah, it's a very nice, tidy little room for the captain to chill out in. And it's a simple pull down door. Pull down behind you and it closes. Moving straight over, before we go to the back, we have the cruise dormitory. That's just here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, or 5 beds, however you want to see it. They've all got their own individual cul-de-sacs. The shutters do pull down over the beds, so they can completely shut themselves off at night time. You got a tumble dryer and a washer in there as well, so they don't need to worry about sharing clothing, really. If I come further up, you get the second dormitories, which is opposite the stairwell. And this one's interesting because what we do have here is we have the first officer's cabin bed, the first officer's office, and then you've got the engineers, which are here and here. And they do also get their own toilet, which is quite nice. There's a little seating area for whoever's not on duty. Obviously the engineers are always on duty pretty much. They do work hard quite often, so they need a little bit of a separation from the rest of the crew, hence why they've got their own group quarters, along with the first officer, who is basically always on duty when the captain isn't. We'll leave this door open. Moving all the way to the back of the ship, just so that we can show you the last final thing. You've got the crew mess. So in here we've got the state-of-the-art little cookery station. It's quite nice. This comes from our Solitude series of ships. We've got a few of these, so we've been using them on bigger builds as well, like this. You've got 2 little areas where crews can sit down, which, I mean, to be fair, this is plenty of room for them. We've even got a cubic food vending machine as well. So if you don't fancy cooking and you want to grab something quick, you can. And that moves forward into a rec room, where we have games consoles and movie screen seating there for at least 5. We have a little office space in here as well, in case anyone needs to write a letter home or contact people, they can do. So that's quite nice. There is an on-state snacks bar, so you've got some drinks and you've got some snacks. This comes supplied by us, but once it's out, it's out. We don't supply it on a regular basis. We did upgrade the darts board to Moving Target Planetary Systems dartboard, which is quite nice and expensive, so you do get something there. And you get another little table and chairs area. I mean, you can use this as games, or you could double up as an extra mess table. So it's quite nice at the back of the ship here. So all your crew area in one area, which is really nice. And then you come through this passageway and you've got 2 other areas just to see before we get to the bridge. First we have medical. Again, using Nova Galactic Medical Bay here. We've got a little office area for your doctor, who, by the way, does sleep in normal crew mess, crew quarters rather. You've got his research station, you've got his little medical cabinet there, he's got research terminal as well, he's got his lockers, he's got a little toilet in the corner. I suppose that is for patients as well. He's got all of his equipment, cages, you name it, he's got it, and he's got 2 beds, so long as not all your crew get sick, the ship can handle it really. Across from that should be, I believe, our brand new state-of-the-art astromagnetic lab. So you get all your astromatics done in one area, which is quite nice. This is brand spanking new, so bear that in mind. This is not a cheap knockoff. This is expensive. Get a kit in here. So be careful if you come down on the showroom day. This is probably the most expensive hab that we have on this ship currently, other than engineering. So be wary of that. Moving on forward, and we get to the very last thing. That is the cockpit. So we have the first officer's chair. Why is the first officer not on the bridge? I'll tell you why the first officer's not on the bridge. Because the first officer, I can't even speak now. As you can see, he's got 3 multiple screens at different vectors. That's because everything that's done by the pilot or the captain and the crew is all displayed here and can be overruled at any one point. He's got a full, basically computer on the arm of his chair there that can overwrite anything. He'll be double checking everyone's work as well, which is quite nice. Got all your mission boards that you need in this middle section here, including your intercom that can speak to the whole ship. You've got your navigation console just there as well, and then you've got, if I believe this the right way round, and you can correct me later on because this is not my strong suit, you've got life support, weapons, engineering, and if damage control. I think that's the 4 stations there. Then you've got your pilot's chair up front, which is quite nice because it has got a fantastic view all round. Really good, and we're using the same sort of style captain's chair or pilot seats. So you just input your coordinates on this keypad here, select your first button there, and away you go. That is your autopilot. So very nice overall ship design, and including the bridge, and it fits one hell of a crew. It is by far one of my favourite flowing ships we've had and we've had to design. So please bear that in mind. Hence the price tag of 479,000 credits. And if you don't buy it this weekend, or either one this weekend, they will both be going up. And I've got my they'll be both going up to 500,000. That's 500,000 credits by Monday. So now we've left the front of the ship, we're going to make our way to the rear. As we do so, you can see the wings that stick out being held together by braces up there at the top. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. The wings do arch back slightly on the Hunter, and the Huntress have got the wings are slightly longer by about 3 meters. Just bear that in mind. Engines on the back. We've got 4 quite powerful engines here, which does give you a 130 out of a possible 150 on the power boost, and its manoeuvrability is smack dab on full 100%. So that's quite nice to see in such a large vessel. And its counterpart in white would be the SS Huntress. Both are available this weekend. We're going to have a kiosk outside the Stroud Eklund shipyard, which is just around here on the corner, until Sunday. And then after that, you can find us where the sun rises here on New Atlantis at MattyG's Emporium, just over there in the dust storm that's currently going on. So until then, as always, I've been MattyG. Peace out.
Take it to the next level.